I can do this.
Yes.
This is actually May's recipe for cornbread / Bisquick, or people in the older times probably used biscuits, or you could have used dry bread. But I make up my cornbread ahead of time, and I make it my Bisquick ahead of time.
And you make it a little dried out because you don't shut the bag.
Yeah. And some people can make it ahead of time and freeze it if you want to. And I never know how much to make. I always make too much. But,
Never too much dressing.
Yeah.
never
And,
enough.
Richard, can you melt me another stick of butter in here? And then put this piece of paper towel over it. And, okay, so I crumble up the cornbread and I crumble up the Bisquick and I put it into a big pan so that we can mix all this up.
Yes.
And then I will eventually put it into some roasting pans. Anyway, so I got, with Addie's help, the cornbread and the Bisquick, and I mixed it all in here together by crumbling it all up. And I added ground sage, and I added poultry seasoning, and I added salt and pepper to taste. But I will keep adding as I go, as I mix up, and I'll just keep tasting it because that's the only way to really know how to do it. And I take, some people make chicken broth, which would be a better flavor, but I just buy the store-bought chicken broth, and I warm it up on the stove, and I add this chicken flavor bouillon powder stuff.
Okay.
And I put it in there, and then I add my broth to this as I go. Don't add it all at once, or you'll have soup. Then you'll have to add more cornbread. Always make extra. And I sauteed all of my vegetables, my celery, my onions, and my green onions, and I cut them all up very thinly.
And
I
sauteed in
sauteed
butter.
them all in butter. You could use olive oil also. And I add melted butter to this, and I also add whipping cream to it. Whipping cream acts like the raw eggs, and it will bind this all together.
Okay.
And
What did you do? 2 onions, a couple bunches of green onions.
yeah, I did like 2 bunches of green onions, 1 onion, and the middle of all of the celery stalks. And I'd like to use the leaves of the celery because they have more flavor to them.
Okay.
So I just cut those up really small because nobody likes to bite into a raw vegetables. And then I just mix all that together, and then we have to taste. See what else we want.
That's Mima's favorite part.
Mom, do you want a bowl?
No, it wouldn't be any fun with a bowl.
And for that whole thing so far, we have
Yeah, I haven't used very much yet, really. I'll put in some more, a little sage, but mostly poultry seasoning.
a little more than half of the poultry seasoning thing and about half of the ground sage. And some more salt. Was this filled up?
No.
And a quarter of the heavy whipping cream.
Well, that's about. It's just, you just have got
I know.
to do it all by sight and sound. You got to listen to your dressing. I
Listen
need a
to
little
the
more of this,
dressing.
or I need a little more of that.
All right. Thanks for the wonderful tips.